Okay, I got a legitimate question for you guys. Hair or no hair with the hat? I legitimately can't tell which one I like more. This just looks kind of weird to me. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Warlock legendary Agamaggan. We're calling this Gamgam Warlock, okay? I don't care how you pronounce this name. It's not that it's difficult to say. It's just there's too many G's and A's and stuff like that. And you want to know what? Let's just go ahead and just talk about the deck. Let's just talk about what exactly the madness that we're talking about. Because, oh my dear God, when I first saw this card, the next card you play costs your opponent's health instead of mana, I immediately wanted to start cooking an OTK with this, to where I was originally thinking of somehow making this into a Dorian deck, because there's actually a new 1-drop that is out with the name of Rotten Heart Dryad. And honestly, this is a very weird way of building the deck, because unfortunately, it's not consistent at all. Even by meme deck standards, this original build of the deck was absolutely worthless. However, if you look really close into this deck, there honestly are a few minions that I feel like we should run in here, and I'll get to that here in a second. But the minions I believe that we should run are going to be Nightmare Lord Zavis, so that way we can discover Bob the Bartender, so that way we can then play Bob in order to find a triple, draw the Gamgam, so that way we have 3 copies of the Gamgam, and then we get to play Gamgam into Gamgam into Gamgam, which deals 20 damage, and then you get to play Lord Jaraxxus to deal 8 damage, and thanks to the 3 damage on the weapon itself, you get to deal an OTK of 31 damage. Is this combo worth it? Is this deck worth it? I'm gonna be honest with you, not really. So I decided to change the deck around just a little bit in order to support more of like the spell control Warlock elements with cards like Fine Print and Hearthstone, Demonic Assault for taunts, Sleep Paralysis for even more taunts, and we even have cards like Deadline, Health Drink, as well as Drain Soul in order to kill as many cards as possible. But the very important cards in this deck are actually in the new Emerald Dream, such as Fractured Power. Destroy one of your mana crystals in 2 turns, gain 2. I have to say this, I find it very interesting that Hearthstone is deciding to step away from Ramp and Druid and is literally giving it to every other class except for Druid, because we have the Treant, we have Ysera, and now in Warlock we have Fractured Power because Ramp just is too powerful in Druid, so let's go ahead and break another class. I definitely believe this card is going to be insanely good, depending on what type of control deck Warlock wants to be running. Does it want to run Demons? Does it want to run Removal? Does it want to run some sort of weird OTK? I really don't know yet, but I can definitely tell you that a card like this has to be good. I really believe in this card because if you play it by turn 2, turn 3, it's absolutely massive. But the whole point of the deck is to do the Bob combo, so like this deck is not consistent whatsoever. But I don't need this deck to be consistent. I just need to pop off once with this combo, and then maybe you guys will play this deck too, because it's absolutely hilarious when you get to pop off the Gamgam. Now, the last thing that I'll say before I show you guys the game clip coming up ahead is, do I believe that this card might become meta relevant one way or another? The biggest issue with making this card meta is the fact that the best way to play it is to make multiple copies of it. And if you saw my recent video talking about Demon Hunter, they really limited the amount of ways to create extra copies of cards that are originally in your deck. In order to find extra copies of cards, you need to discover them somehow through a spell. Maybe there's a couple of like minion discovers to where we can get this, but this is also a wild god. So if for some reason you want to try and put Imbue in Warlock so that way you can play Malorn to get another one, it doesn't really seem that much worth it. So I think that this might be the only way to go full in on the OTK and make it somewhat, you know, relevant. But unfortunately, a Gamgam, actually probably fortunately, because if it did work as an OTK all the time, it would be absolutely toxic. But fortunately for us, this is probably just going to be a card that you get like that last 8 to 10 damage with in a last-ditch effort to kill your opponent. One other thing to keep in mind, this does bypass armor. So if you happen to go up against an armor deck like Armored Demon Hunter, you still technically have a way to kill them if you can get their health just that close, you know what I mean? And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check out the Patreon if you want to support the content directly. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this Emerald Dream of an intro, and we will see you for the next video. Yeah, I want that rematch, man. I want that rematch. How the why is it? I fucking hate Grifta, man. So done with that card. Missed clip opportunity. I'm more upset about the missed clip opportunity, yeah, but it's just like, fuck Grifta, man. That card makes me angry. It's just a fucking classic. It's like, oh, but your opponent's always gonna roll the 6 damage. They're always gonna find mind control when it's applicable. God, I fucking hate Grifta. Alright, we gotta tap, unfortunately. This game's gonna go better. We actually have fine removal that we can play on curve. Want to get back into Hearthstone? I have to take a huge break for 6 to 7 years. Where would I start? I want to play Standard, and I think I have a bunch of saved up packs with different incentives. Go ahead and open your catch-up packs, because I believe those expire, quote-unquote. So make sure that you open those before they're gone, so you can get those cards. I would just say familiarize yourself with the cards that are in the current pool because a rotation is about to happen. So you want to focus on the 2025 year, not anything before that. Familiarize yourself with the cards. Look at the Emerald Dream expansion. Look at Perils in Paradise. Look at Whizbang's Workshop. Those are the sets that you need to be familiar with for this next year. That would be my advice. Familiarize yourself with what is out there. Figure out what you want to play, and then maximize your potential of playing those decks. Wait for the loader decks to get updated. That'd probably be good as well. Fractured Power. I could still play Sleep Paralysis next turn, so we'll tap. Destroy mana. Wait, because we can. Clark does not care about loner decks. I don't know about loner decks. I don't know what's in them. The only thing that I know is that I did pick up a loner deck on my Asia account. I picked Warrior because I had Ceaseless and something else. I think Ceaseless and Ziliax is what I chose. Okay, so Domino Effect has to get played here. I mean, I guess I could also set up for like a fine print here. It's actually a perfect clear. Yeah, I think Solarium is just a bad idea in this deck. I might have the Solarium like as a last ditch effort, but at the same time you don't just like ever play this card unless you're completely out of options. I guess it's just good to have that kind of card. I don't know, man. This might be too difficult to pop off unless I go up against... I need to go up against, like, the slowest deck. That's what needs to happen. Remember what I said about counter queuing? I might actually need to do that. Either that or, like, I need to completely rebuild it and, like, run, like, Ysera or something. Wisp LP? No, I'm playing a very bad deck. Any deck can beat me unless I high roll. I am like turbo omega meme combo. Fuck you. I hate Grifta. It's gonna be deal 6 again, isn't it? Mage decks, I think Caligo Sadraso would be pretty good. I do, but most of the problem with the mage decks that I'm making is that hand space would make it to where that never pops off. Yeah, now you get legendary cards. Now he gets legendary cards. Where was this last game? Well, I guess I have to YOLO it now. When there's a will, there's a way. Battlecry triggers twice? That's insane! I could freeze the board! Oh my god, I could freeze the board! Oh. Please don't kill me. Yeah, Bob, draw the 10 mana, draw 2 extra copies of it. Oh my god, I actually might be able to pull this off. We'll play. That's pretty cool. However, this high roll is nuts. So throw this out. Throw this for health. We bob, it has 2 battle cries. So I draw the card that I want, being the Gamgam. We freeze the board. Live! I just need to live! Please, come on, I have this twice. Come on, dude, don't tell me it's enough. That's 5, I think. That's 4. If he had the other card that no. Wait, no. That could be Ice Barrier. It ain't Ice Barrier. I have to swing face. That's why ignoring armor doesn't matter, because this is technically 28. Wait, hold on. I can play Hellfire, can't I? Wait, no, that's not gonna be enough. Okay, so hold on. So yeah, I have to play Jiraxis. It needs to literally not be Ice Barrier. Because this last 3, I have to connect to the face. It does matter. Thank you! Thank you! Yes! Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh! Win or loss, it would have been a Trollden moment, but it gets to be a victory Trollden moment. Yes!
Brother, this guy stinks!
I'm the Supreme Court lady, and you fucking did it! Yay! Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I love it. I love Theory Crafts. I fucking love Theory Craft, man. Great Tarnish. You are not maidenless, it seems. Thank you, sir. We truly have the best pop-offs in the entire Hearthstone community. I don't want to hear anything about it. Truly the best OTKs. Now I gotta play a good deck.